Welcome to Prairie Farm, Michigan on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 1 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be alarmed. It's all good. In the very last episode, I was talking about the fact that potentially there might be an offer, a job offer, from one of my old work colleagues. And it's come in. Literally, I drove the cultivator back, parked up, having had that conversation, and got a phone call. Spoken to Walter, spoken to Ben. Ben's a bit of a loose end at the moment. So Ben said he'll help out with Walter. My little homestead, farmstead, is going to be my kind of bolt hole, the place to come back to. Riverbend Springs is the place where I came here as an FIB agent to do what I was assigned to do. That didn't pan out. I've grown a love, pardon the pun, of farming, and I want to do more. So I've been offered an opportunity, and that's where we're heading off to now. I came over to the auto repair place. They do vehicle rentals and stuff, not brand new stuff, older stuff. So there's we've got an old pickup. We're going to be heading off to check out the new spot. Now the thing about this is it's going to be assessing what's there. The farm has been repossessed. I have no idea why. I don't know the history, don't know anything behind it. It was a working farm, but there has to be a reason why it was, you know, especially by the FIB. This isn't just a foreclosure because people couldn't afford to pay their bills. This is a, you know, a breaking the law type situation. But again, I don't know what it is. So, because my friend has got several farms, can't manage them all, wants me to go in and assess what's there, what needs to be there, can it be run, should it be run, will I run it? Now again, this could be a very short run. I don't know how much I'm going to do there or how little. Am I going to come back to here? Potentially. Again, I don't know. I'm not 100% certain. I would like to, of course I would. So we are going to grab the pickup and we're going to head off. Go and check it all out. Who knows what might happen? But it's going to be farming. That's the main thing. I have to say, I know we've done a lot on here. And we've been on here for quite some time. I say quite some time. It's been a year. We've only done a year. That's all. Yeah, we came in August, didn't we? Yeah. We've done a year, but we've done a lot in that year. Whoa. I was saying the other day about sugar beet contracts and all these other bits and bobs and things we could do. I've done a fair bit. I haven't done everything, but there's certainly more to be done within the farming realm. We're kind of limited. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've loved it. I've loved every minute of it. It's brilliant. You're kind of restricted. Any farming area is restricted by its geography, its topography, its, you know, the hills, the undulations, the mountains, the rivers, you know, field sizes, all those kind of things. Farms, fields, farming country will expand to its limits. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it has always done. So this will potentially give us the opportunity to move on to trying some bigger stuff, I guess. And I think the problem is going to be we're heading to Michigan, and I know that the field... Oh, there you go. That's quite cool. I know the fields are bigger. Contracts are going to take longer, but they do pay more. So our ability to earn money to buy bigger machinery will be there. To buy multiple items of machinery will be there. So I don't know. We'll just go. Like I say, we'll go. We'll see. Have a bit of fun. So, I'll see you there in a mere moment. We made really good time and we have arrived. Farm is up on the right, according to the sat nags. We'll have a look. Now, En route, I've been on the phone. We've had a couple of conversations regarding what's required. Well, I've already said we're going to have a look around and see what's available. What are you overtaking? Why? Cars are just randomly... There's no car to overtake. What are you playing at? That's so bizarre. Okay. Yeah, see what's there. The farm had some obligations that it had already taken on. Those obligations have moved on to the new current owner. I'm not saying who it is because obviously anonymity from having left the FIB. People that are buying up or getting at auction farms that have been newly acquired, let's just say, people aren't always sure why they've been newly acquired, and it doesn't always go down well locally. So I'm going to, you know, that's all a sort of a trade secret, shall we say. But yeah, and then so it'll be what obligations there are, what can we do. Got a silo. Harvest, that can't be our harvester, surely. What is that? AF11. I have all. There's another reason why they want a custodian, someone here running the farm. I think local farmers that were friends of the previous owners. Funny how friends don't become friends when all of a sudden there's problems. But anyway, yeah, people have been using the farm. Let's just say that using the facilities because there is a workshop here. So I think people have been, you know, taking advantage, maybe the wrong word, but you know, parking up equipment and machinery, potentially using, I don't know if there's even any fuel here actually, but using workshops and things like that. Why wouldn't you? There's space here, and it's, you know, easier to dump stuff in. Not dump is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. So, that being said, let's stop the engine on this. Let's check out what's here, what we've got, what we're going to be cracking on with. Obligations. Let's talk about the obligations actually. So, I mean, look at these. Look at these. The contract king is here, people. I think that's the other reason why I was asked to come and do that. Baling contract. 29 grand. Can you imagine the amount of bales? And they're just going to be... Would that be straw? That's not a bale of wrapper, is it? Oh, man. Fertilising contracts, harvesting. Anyway, the obligations that we've already got, apparently... We have a fertilising contract. Don't know if we've got any fertiliser. We'll check that. Harvesting 115 grand. There is a harvester there. That's not ours, but it is there. Unless that's to do with that contract. Could be, couldn't it? Borrowed equipment. Weeding contract. I know for a fact that equipment is at the main store. But weeding's not going to cost us anything. Nor with the harvesting, to be fair. The fertilising, we're going to need fertiliser. But we'll have a look. You never know. We might come across a sprayer or something. I just think with these contract prices, mama, they're going to take a while. But... And if we have anything left over, great. If we don't, that pays out really well. And then we can look at if there are things missing from the fleet, what would we need to buy to make us a fully running and working operation? I mean, I suppose that, in essence, is the thing. What do I start with, though? I suppose get the harvesting out of the way, weeding. And we can start... Oh, no, we can't start hiring workers. We've got $18. I suddenly remembered. We haven't got any money, have we? I literally bought enough money to... get a little bit of fuel on the way and grab a bite to eat, you know. Grab a snack here and there. Is there anything in the silo? No, nothing in the silo. Oh, no. Silo is empty. So, in here... we have a jet wash. We have a root crop harvester. That jet wash may well come in handy. We might need to do a bit of cleanup on some of these things. Okay, we've got a root crop harvester. That's cool. This is the workshop, isn't it? I'm sure it is. So we've got a workshop in here, root crop harvester. Cool. Across the way, we have got... What's in here? What have we got? Let's have a look, shall we? So, we have got a Mac. Nice. Okay. Double belly dump trailer. capacities aren't going to be massive, but at the end of the day, it's different equipment. I haven't really used stuff like this for a while. We have got a harvester header, a case MacDon. How big is that? Whoa, what's moving? Moving up, it's something called. Okay, that's in there, and then in here we have got. That's just going the side door. Okay, we've got a white tractor. At least we know everything's going to be all white. Yep, we've got a ripper. Chisel, that's a chisel plough, isn't it? Chisel plough ripper type doodaddery. And a harvester. Oh, and what's that behind there? Okay. Harvester, corn header. And we have got a haul master. Auger wagon. I don't tend to use auger wagons very much either. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? What have we got knocking about? We near water? Well, I suppose you can throw it on a pickup and go anywhere. I suppose Michigan, head off to Lake Michigan. It's okay to canoe in Lake Michigan, I suppose it is, isn't it? You can do whatever you like. Any kind of water sports, I suppose. Nice little property, that, isn't it? Not bad. Okay, skid steer loader. No equipment for the skid steer loader, but we've got a skid steer loader. That's a start, I suppose. I mean, yeah, for yard work, we'd have to get some gear for that, though. We've got a pole. We're sorted. Well, the cover is on. Okay. Oh, yeah, look. They obviously like their, we've got the canoe. Boat round the back. I suppose at some point, if we want to declutter, we can get rid of some of these bits and bobs. If we want to open the stuff up a bit, and then what have we got in here? We've got a sprayer. Oh, yeah, I suppose it is. It's a sprayer, isn't it? Not a very big capacity, but I suppose it could get us going. We've got some bales. Some bales left behind. Not many. We've got 5, 4. What capacities? Okay. And then cans, drums of liquid fertilizer. And I assume that's then herbicide. Yeah, okay. So we've got some stuff for the sprayer. That's all concentrate, isn't it? So we might be alright for that, at least for the time being. Okay, so spraying jobs. I mean, we're going to have to upgrade, aren't we? I mean, that's going to... When you consider the size of the fields and the tank capacity on that, it's okay to get us going. We're going to be doing a lot of backwards and forwards. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a start. What is worrying, actually, thinking about this, if we're assessing this based on what can we do, we can harvest, we can spray. We've got no seeders. We've got that plough, cultivator, chisel, culti plough thing. We don't have a cultivator per se. I suppose we have got that trailer. We've only got one tractor, and that hasn't got a look. Actually, that's a good point, actually. How much horsepower does that require to operate? Will that tractor have enough horsepower to operate it? It's only one tractor, isn't it? I haven't missed one, have I? I haven't skipped by one. There's no other tractors. I don't think so. Oh, that's a good point. I just only thought. Hang on a minute. There's me something got the chisel plough. There's no way that's going to pull that. Is it? That's got to be 400 horsepower plus, hasn't it, for that? We can have a look in the brochure. That's the Summers, isn't it? Summers Super Chisel. Yeah, there's no way that white's going to pull that. I mean, I know the ground's flat, but we can try it, I guess, but I don't hold out much hope. So across the way is the vehicle shop. Actually, that's going to be quite handy having the vehicle store right opposite, because we're going to need a lot of stuff. We've got no front load equipment, we've got no seeder, no planter. We've got no mowing equipment. We've got no baling equipment. We've got nothing for animals. Not that we've got any animals, but there's no feed mixer. We've got no forage wagon. Yeah, we've got no windrower, tedder. Nothing really. So I guess whilst you stop and you think, oh, you know what, you got some gear, you got a harvester, and we have got a couple of harvesting contracts available. We've got one. Actually, we should just crack on with that, shall we? What time is it? 4:10. That would get a bit of money in the bank, wouldn't it? What field is that field, isn't it? Oh, we've got a wind turbine. Turbine? Yeah. And oh, that's a weather monitor, isn't it? For more accurate weather forecasting. No, it can't be. No, it can't be this whole field, can it? Because this field. No, it isn't. Does this field go all the way back? Oh no! Hang on. Let's just check the map. Not weeding, harvesting. It is this field. Oh my days! Look at the map and you think, oh, you know, but that runs from where we are all the way back down to where we drove in. Ooh, lummy misses. Right. Well, where's that got to be delivered to? Oh, this is going to take forever. It's always the same thing, isn't it? It's a good idea in theory. In practice, though, cell station, Gera elevators. Oh, it's just down the road, so we should be all right. So we're going to be hauling with, I'm assuming, so that's got to be for the contract. As is that, hasn't it? I would imagine. Plus, we've got our own lorry and we've got our own harvester, so we can have two harvesters running. Oh no, we can't have two harvesters running. I've got no money to pay the worker. Oh. Actually, you know what? I might have to do this another way around. Thinking about this logically, if we do weeding, because the stuff's there, we can weed. We've got one tractor, one weeder. I get paid for that. That'll give us some funds to be able to hire a worker for running the second harvester for doing. Yes, we'll do it that way around. We have got fertilizer and we've got that. What do we call it? Concentrate. So we could do the fertilizing, although that's a big field and all, isn't it? That's going to take some time. Okay, I reckon weeding first then. It is viable. The farm is viable. Let's say it's going to be a case of picking and choosing the right contracts to do to then be able to purchase the right bits of equipment to fill the gaps in the farm. Is it a write-off? I mean, that was the initial thing was, I've got to come here. If it's an absolute non-starter, it will sell off the rest of the equipment and then sell the farm on. Fine. I reckon we can run it. I guess we should just get crack-a-lacking, shouldn't we? This is the weeder. I don't suppose it's going to be a particularly large weeder, but we're on a Deutz. Very nice. Now, where were we going for this one again? This one is all the way up there. That's right, isn't it, for weeding? Or was it this one? Oh my days. Let's have another check, shall we? Weeding was 8. Fertilising was 14. Okay. Let's get the beacons on. Oh, it's fairly wide, actually. It's a big bit of kit. Yeah, so like I say, with only $18, that's not going to get us very far. I honestly cannot go over this overtaking thing. It's absolutely bonkers. It's a lot of traffic. Look, there it goes again, look. They just don't care about oncoming traffic. There goes the van, look. Straight into a car coming. Oh no, is he going to turn in? No. Carnage. Absolute. Literally the nidge of cars. Right. Big fields, big payouts. I did a lot of contracts. On Riverbend. And some of them paid out quite well. But this is another level. This, like I say, this is... I'm thinking Stone Valley when I did that. I had contracts where I got paid, 40, 50, 60 grand for fertilising jobs and stuff like that. So this is like that. How are we looking? Okay, we got a culvert. This is interesting switch between. What's going on here? Well, this is the field we want, isn't it? Oh yeah, look at this. It's about. You open it up and go, it's massive. Look at the size of that. Then you look at the field and go, oh, okay then. I'm going to definitely need this on. Let's drop her down. No, that's the front weight. Let's drop her down. Let's do this crazy thing. As long as one of those contracts starts going up. It's not saying I don't have access to the field. This is the right one, isn't it? Nothing's gone to 1% yet. That's really worrying. Oh, there you go. 1%. Oh no. Oh no. What have you done? So the thing about this, as I was saying, when we left Riverbend Springs in the rental pickup from RSRS, Riverbend Springs Rental Services, I don't know. This is one of those kind of, it's a trip, it's a road trip. We've come out, we're assessing. It might be that I do a bit of work and we might decide, you know what? Yeah, it's a viable farm, just not viable for me. It might be, you know, without the aid of loads of workers. But let's be honest, you know, if you're going to be doing, that's a good point actually. We didn't look. What fields does the farm own? What do we own? So we own that. Oh, there's nothing in it. Oh, okay. That's. I thought we'd have crop in that. Oh, that's a big old one, isn't it? Okay. We got corn in that one. Oh, blimey, is that sugar beet? Oh, we have got a sugar beet harvester. I was just going to say, for sugar beet harvests, if you're running 3, 4, I mean, potentially that's what you'd need to be running. Otherwise, it's going to take you a very long time. Can we get to a point where we can run 3, 4, 5 sugar beet harvesters? Why not? You know, I haven't really done that. Not, you know, and the one that's in there, that's not technically. I mean, it is. What one is that? I mean, it's a modded one, but it's not. Your standard fare, let's just say that. It's only got a 43,000 litre tank, not a 45. What else? I think standard header size. There's nothing dodgy about it. It doesn't run at 100 mile an hour, or you know, hasn't got a 20 metre pickup or anything like that. But it's fairly standard. I'm just looking. Hang on a minute. This is the field. Hang on. Owned by you. Wheat. Ready to harvest. That's this field. I'll tell you why. Because wheat was turned off. I was thinking, that's weird. I'm sure there was a crop in it. Oh, yeah, we got all that one to do as well. Ha ha. So when we finish that contract, we can move on to this wheat contract, this wheat field. I mean, we could sell a lot of it. Oh, I think of the straw. That's it. I forgot about that. The flip side of that, the amount of straw we'll get off that. Oh, wow. Okay. The question is, do we buy a baler and bale it? It's a lot of bales. Do we use the forage pickup? I might bale, you know. I love the forage pickup by FluffyMods. You know I use it a lot. But again, is this an opportunity to do some stuff I don't normally do? So yeah, we could get a baler, couldn't we? We might get an auto stack. Do I get a square baler or a round baler? If I get a round baler with a wrapper, then we can do silage bales too. That was what I was saying. Potentially, one of these fields, we could make grass. Now, when I say grass, we can do alfalfa on here as well. Don't generally do alfalfa. We could do a massive field of alfalfa. I did it on Alma. We could do alfalfa. Oh, mind you though, can I suppose we could silage wrap them if we do bales. I was just thinking, will the fact this has got alfalfa on it, will silage clamps allow me to alfalfa? It's funny, I was saying to MrSealyp, I know I said on the other episode of Mod Review, whatever it was I was talking about, now this is a weird week. This is how weird a week it is. It's a weird week, and I said Thursday, farm dog has got a groom in the morning, and I said if they drop a load of mods on Wednesday evening, sometimes that rolls over to the morning, which is a problem because I've got to take him, then drop him, then come back and get him later on. Then it eats up the morning. Then Friday, myself and MrSealyp are both off, but I think in the afternoon because we're going for MrSealyp's birthday present last year. We're going to Harry Potter World, which is just up the road, literally from where we live. We're both really looking forward to that. Both big fans of Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts and that kind of stuff. So looking forward to it hugely. So it's when mods are going to drop, when what maps, and if there's a load of stuff, when am I going to get onto it? And I said all of that. You know what I forgot? And I think I remembered possibly the last episode of this. It was my twin daughter's birthday on Wednesday as well. Yesterday, when I was talking about all the things that were going to be happening this week, I forgot about it. Completely forgot about the twins' birthday. So yeah, there was a twins' birthday yesterday as well. So that was that thing because we were all supposed to be. They went out for the day up to London with some of their siblings. For those of us that were still working, we all went to my eldest daughter's in the evening to celebrate their birthday and all be together and that kind of thing. So again, it was that thing of if Giants drop mods really late, I'm going to be in real trouble. Luckily for me, they dropped the aggravation stuff and all the extra bits and bobs that they did the free content dump at lunchtime. So it kind of worked out nicely. It worked out really well. But yeah, it's just been a very odd week. And I was saying to MrSealyp, that's how I got talking about it, in the van coming back from picking up Farm Dog. This is one of those ones, whenever I start or do anything, any episode, any video, any mod review, any map tour, I'm always thinking about what comments people might have, what comments people might make, and I try to negate those comments while I'm doing said mod review, map tour, let's play, by talking about them or explaining them while I'm doing it. So I'll be thinking, are people likely to say this? Will they think this? Might they think that? And I just, and I thought straight away, as soon as I came on here, people are going to say, there are better maps. There are better maps than this. There are more detailed maps. There are more interesting maps. There might be. But what did I say when I do my map tours and when I do my mod reviews and stuff, map tours especially, when I'm going to go and do a let's play, it's not necessarily the map, although that is a big part of it. For me, it's the inspiration. It's the juices flowing. It's, like I've said before, it's no different to having writer's block. If you're doing a let's play or you finish a let's play and you're ready to move and you've got complete writer's block, you don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, what direction it might go in, how to even start. And I look sometimes for that inspiration. Sometimes it just comes in a flash. I'll be watching telly, I'll be doing something, an advert will come up on a YouTube video and I'll think, oh, that's a good idea, that sort of thing. When I did the map tour on this, and I don't know why, as I was going around, my brain was fizzing. It was that thing of, like I say, I don't really and haven't really done big open American style maps for a while. Riverbend Springs is an American map, but it's not big open like this. And when I was doing the map tour on this, I was thinking, oh, you could do this, oh, you could do that, what about if you did this, oh, blah, and because my brain was fizzing, because I was thinking of all these things, I thought, well, if I've got all this inspiration, all these ideas, even if I just did a 7, 8, 9 episode let's play, or a 10, or just 5, and get all those ideas out, try them all out. This was the one that got my brain fizzing. And I know Pallets is a beautiful map, and I loved it. I loved the map tour. I didn't get that, I wasn't going around thinking, oh, I did on this, and I can't explain why. Like I say, it's flat, it's open. There aren't many undulations. There's a little bit of movement here and there. It's not packed with productions. I don't know. I can't explain why. It just did. It just something. There was a spark. I was like, you know what? Let's crack right along. So anyway, we've done one round and we're up to 20%. I've got a bit more to do. Drop that down. That on. And off I trundle. I'll get this done, and then what we'll do, we'll get the payment, and then we'll get those. We'll get the harvester that's for the contract, that's sitting by the side of the barn. So that's not ours. The smaller case that is in the barn is ours, with the header. We'll get both onto the field. We'll get the worker running one. We'll get both lorries out. We'll have to do that. We haven't got far to transport, but the lorry capacities aren't going to be huge. And I'll get cracking. Am I going to get that contract finished in this episode? I don't think so. But at least we'll get this one done. We'll have a bit of money which will help to pay towards worker fees. And then we can look at, I mean, like I say, once I've knocked one off the list, I mean, we've got some, I'm really tempted by that, you know, get some bales under our belt. But then if we're going to get all that wheat off our field, I don't know really. These ones we can pick up. See, that's something I didn't own. We didn't buy a hoe or a weeder or anything on Riverbend. If we're going to get more contracts like this come up like this and they're worth a fair bit of money, it's worth investing in a big old bit of kit. There's another harvest one there. Canola. The fertilising ones, absolutely, they're good to jump on. And then we'll just kind of see how we go. Yeah, spraying one for 15. We got wood transport and stuff like that. But the difference between here and Riverbend Springs, the Riverbend Springs contracts didn't pay out massive money. So I spent that, what was it, an entire day. And I did how many wood transport ones? I mean, I think we earned well over 100,000 just doing wood transport jobs one after the other. I'm not necessarily going to need to do that here. So again, the focus shifts. You know, am I going to do tons of productions on here? I don't think so, because this is a big farming thing. Potentially, you can earn enough off the crop because you're doing enough of it. We might not need to, and because the contracts payouts are well, unless anything comes up. I mean, potentially, you know, you can get all sorts of stuff that will come up. You never know what's going to appear in newly created stuff, you know, that you might think, you know what, I absolutely want to give that a try. And I like trying out new stuff when it comes out. So potentially, I'll see you in a bit. I'm not sure how much in a bit, but it'll be a bit. What's that, 4:33? How long do you reckon this is going to take? An hour, maybe? Less? I don't know. We'll see. Now we are ready to rock and roll. 42 grand in the bank. That's pretty handy. Should I leave the pickup there? I should probably move this, shouldn't I? Let's put it up by the house. So that's contracts done. I'm in an hour about the baling contract. And I'm thinking the baling contract I would do if I needed straw. Because I would either do the baling contract and collect the bales, or you can do the baling contract, and like I've done in a Riverbend Springs with the forage pickup header and a trailer, you can pick up the straw without baling it. It still registers as baling. You get to keep the straw. But realistically, we've got this massive wheat field, which is ours, which we're going to harvest, which we're going to get the straw swath off. So I don't, whilst it pays nicely, I mean, to be fair, I could just do the baling contract and complete it. I don't need to take. I mean, I still could, couldn't I? Because that's not going to take a huge amount of the money away. 519, so it'll be 29 grand. Or do I just roll straight into do the canola harvest we've got already and do that one as well, which is another nearly 50 grand. Considering we've got both the harvesters, I think it's the money I need, isn't it? I'm going to accept the contract, not borrow equipment, because we've got our own. And we have technically got the equipment from the other harvest contract, so we can roll it over if we get Katie and David to have a chat to each other, and maybe they can both agree that yeah, it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. It's all right. So let's jump in this. This thing is a beast. Now I'm not going to get through the gap in the fence. Oh, it's what we can do. I'll take it up here. Like I say, we'll get started on this. We're not going to get it complete in this episode, but we can at least get it started and get some idea. It's still going to eat into our money hiring a worker, but then to be fair, I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be fine. So let's do that. Actually, this is a bale and pallet storage, isn't it? Bale and pallet 6,000. 6,600. Oh. Could you imagine 6,000? Right, let's unfold. That's the bit I always forget to do, remember? I remembered this time. I'm also concerned, I just suddenly realised, the header that we've got in our barn, I'm not sure our harvest has got the minerals. Why am I not far enough? Oh no, I'm in the wrong position, aren't I? Let's come across more. Actually line the throat up in the correct place. Like there we go. So, bring it up a little bit there. Shall I just put it on the field, hire a worker and see where it ends up going? I don't know where it's going to go. Actually, what we do need to double check as well. I think straw swath is already enabled. Let's lower the header. What am I talking about straw swath? It's canola. There is no straw swath. What am I talking? Mind you, some of them they do. Right. Where's it going to go? Swap out. Was I just not over quite far enough? Okay. Right, brilliant stuff. So what I can do now, whiz back over. I'll grab their lorry for the contract, bring that out. We'll bring our harvester out. If I can get both lorries out and lined up. I'm smiling. I'm buzzing. The excitement of what's to come. I do need to clean all this stuff off. I suppose that's going to be, I say, we're just arriving. I mean, let's be honest, I'm jumping straight in. My assessment was brief, but actually, this doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, does it? I might just use the white. I'm just thinking, can I get to that trailer hitch with the harvester? Oh. Oh, that's not good, is it? Maybe need a bit of brute force and ignorance. Well, how's that supposed to work? The angle's wrong. How do I? I thought we'd just better get underneath that. I haven't even got anything to lift it with, have I? How are we supposed to hook up to that? That's... what? I don't know how the yield's going to be. We've literally just arrived, so I don't know. We're up there. No, we're looking alright. So let's see. Can I get this other one unhooked? All I want to do, at least at the start of this episode, is get our harvester out in the field as well and get cracking. I think this might be even higher. It's got a little bit of a slope at the back. Just thinking, what if I come at it from an angle? Well, there's not a lot of room, is there? So I don't think we can get at this to an angle. But I think this sits higher. I'm just wondering, could we get... oh no, we haven't got forks, have we? As I say, can we get the skid steer loader just to lift that up a little bit, maybe? Just thinking it could be the mud guards it's catching, do you reckon? Is it higher or not? Guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Oh yes. Okay. It's certainly worth a try. Right, let's get this out. Take it out and line up and we'll come out with it. I mean, am I going to use multiple lorries here? That's the thing. I'm just now thinking, having just got that out, I'm not, unless I send, well, I suppose I could do, couldn't I? Because I can send workers off to deliver and come back. That's not something I do very often either. But on a field this size, especially if I'm harvesting as well, it makes sense to send workers. But the problem is I'm going to really eat into our profit. Maybe I will. We'll take it over anyway. Then we'll come back and we'll get our harvester. I suppose the other thing with this is it's that thing I've said before. yes, the contracts pay out more on bigger fields. Of course they do, they're bigger fields. But the bigger fields take longer. So the argument then can be made, but on another map with smaller fields, you could have done more contracts in the same time it took you to do those, equaling the same amount of money. Yeah, potentially, I guess that's always a thing. There's always that thing as well as people will say, well, you know, it's ridiculous because doing contracts, you're going to earn so much money, there's no challenge. Well, it depends what you're setting yourself as a challenge. If your challenge is to make money, then yes, you're making more money. But on big maps with big fields, you're going to need bigger equipment, which is more expensive. It all finds a balance. And the thing is, I'm thinking, if I want to buy any more fields, because I thought about what if we do animals? We can do much bigger on animal pens, because we can really expand out on this. We can do some big animal pens with a load of animals, loads of total mixed ration or pig food or whatever it is we end up doing. But to buy a field, because they're bigger, costs so much more money. You've got to do so many more contracts or so much more farm work to get to that point. So at the end of the day, it does balance itself out. It's just a different scale, that's all, I guess. Am I doing a start from scratch? No, we haven't come onto, I mean, financially we came onto it with nothing, but there is equipment and machinery. But the problem being, the equipment and machinery is either not necessarily fit for purpose, or we haven't got a full complement. So again, do we need more stuff? Absolutely. If I'm going to move on to doing more sugar beet, because at the end of the day, this part of the world, there are the sugar beet pilers. We need to look at maybe buying a sugar beet piler. If I want to run multiple sugar beet harvesters, they're not cheap. We're going to need a lot of money. So we have to build up. This is going to be one of those ones where we're going to be into multi-millions. I think on Riverbend we dipped into... Did we dip into the million at any point? Can't remember. I'm not sure. Can we get to this? Or is this too high? I need to mind that pipe. Just thinking if we can just get to that hitch. Yeah, I think we might be alright. There we go. Open, and then what we'll do, so I'm not quite sure, I'm assuming that's going to go all the way around, so we're going to do in the middle, or yeah, that's the point. How are we going to do this? Because we're going to get in each other's way, aren't we, after a while? Right, and what I need to do is whiz out in the lorry, because I think it was near the nearly full grain tank. We'll empty it once. So this is going to be the thing. I can set it up. You know, you can muck around with the AI. We can do it, get it to do every other row and that kind of stuff, and we'll do the ones in between. I guess that is an option. So we can manually do that. Let's whiz out with the lorry. We'll check that first, and maybe we'll have a fiddle around with the actually we can do it. Oh no, when we're in the harvester we can. Let's grab their one first. Let's follow this out. And interestingly, I hired a worker, and the worker has gone technically the wrong way around the fields, because the pipe's going to be pointing inwards, isn't it? Wherever it is. When we get to it. Oh, this is scary. This is scary, the size of this field. Just think of the money. Just think of the money. I can't imagine owning fields this big. Like I've said many times before, I've looked loads of times at buying a little plot. So a little plot of land with some trees on, a little bit of forest, whatever it might be. Just somewhere I can go, like we said, Lake District, something like that, half an acre, something like that we can go up and we can take the camper van, set up a couple of tents, just somewhere that's ours, that you can say we're going up to our little plot of land. I'm not saying I want to build anything on it, you know, but land is so expensive. And the price of land has gone up, I mean, really gone up in the UK as well. I know what we're talking about. Yeah, pipes on the left. No, ignore me. Ignore what I just said. Oh, this has got a bit of a... It's got a bit of a thing to it. Right, what we'll do is let's go to there. Let that start unloading. While that's unloading, let's jump in here. I love those lights in the back. Start with headland on. Skip lanes. Lines. We want to skip 1 or 2? Skip 1. Okay, so we'll see what happens next. Let's do that. Should have moved the lorry, not this. Never mind. Don't want this to skip, but this is going to be a lot of backwards and forwards, isn't it? But that's alright. Right, let's go back to there. No, don't do something silly. Come on. You were doing fine. You were doing okay. Don't go somewhere else. Come on now. There we go. Pipe in. So what I'm hoping now is the fact that once it's gone around the outside, it's done its headlands, it should skip lines. So what I've got to try and do now, I've got to, I suppose technically I've got to let it do all of that first. Once it starts going up and down, I know what lines it's missed, I'll pick up the other lines. Although I don't know if our header's as wide. Depends what size header this is. It's got weeds in it as well, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, right, let's hop out. Let that carry on. I'm going to go and grab the lorry, follow it along, because obviously I think before we get all the way around again, it's probably going to need unloading. So we'll do another unload. That'll probably fill the lorry up, wouldn't it? Capacity on these lorries is not as much as I thought. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of canola. But the thing is, well, I've got 6 hours before the contracts start to disappear and stuff, that I've got to get these contracts done. So I'm definitely going to need a double harvester. And that's the same thing with this as well. It's with fields this size, how do you run? I suppose if you're going to run... Wow, that's going to be some challenging stuff. I suppose this is the map to maybe for me to when I'm testing. If I run 3 harvesters, would I set the first one to skip lines 1, the second one to skip lines 2? So would they then do alternate lanes, or are they going to get in each other's way? Don't know. Give that some more thought. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Once this has gone round, once I can work out where I fit into this process, and then I'll get cracking. We'll see what time it starts to get dark. And then hopefully next episode we'll have earned a bit of money, a bit more money at least. We can get on with, like I said, with our harvest on our field. We're going to need some equipment. I'm going to need to buy a seeder or a planter. I suppose it depends what crop I decide to put in will dictate what I'm going to do. I don't want to... I suppose what we could do, I'm just thinking of that big field, this field here. Could we... I mean, I suppose we've got... How much is that field? Even that's 297. I'm just thinking of finding a smaller field. And when I say smaller, 147, that's it. That's not too bad, is it? And have it as a grass field. That'll be the farm's grass alfalfa. That'll be the field we'll use for making hay, for making silage or chaffing it, or whatever we end up doing with it. Either towards total mix ration or biogas plant, or whatever it might be. And then we need to look at another one where we can put a big old animal pen on. But again, that's, I'm thinking like, however many steps ahead, a few. I'm heading back up. Traffic again. I'm heading back up here with almost. I've just unloaded again. What's going on here? God, it doesn't seem to matter where you go, but the local David always seems a bit of a dodgy character. Michigan State Police on the driveway. Oh, you're in trouble, mate. That's not good, is it? What's that? Craziness. Okay, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Well, it looks like there's been another accident. That's going to become an ongoing thing, I think, on here. I'm not quite sure. It did one round, and obviously it went up here first. It then turned around and it's gone down there. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to turn around and come back up one of these, if it's going to skip one, or whether it's going to go left. If it goes left and skips one, then maybe I can do these two, and then every other one. It depends which way it's going to go. Okay, it's not. It's gone that way around, so it's going to do... If it does this one and this one, then it's not skipping lines. So I don't know what's the curve. So I don't want to do this row, because if it goes from there onto the, I don't want to throw the AI worker out. If the AI worker fumbles, then doesn't know what it's doing, then we're in trouble. So I'm just trying to ascertain where it's going to go. I don't know. Right, while I'm doing this as well, we're waiting. Now's a good time to have a conversation. I was talking with my daughter's boyfriend, who's a YouTuber as well, yesterday, because it was my daughter's twin's birthday, and we were there having a chat, and he was talking to me about YouTube algorithms and the new ad policy that YouTube are bringing out. It's an AI algorithm. Brilliant, that's just what you want to hear, isn't it? Where they've decided, it's this weird thing where YouTube will put ads onto your videos, and they will put them on, normally loads of ads on your videos. If you decide you're going to put ads on your video, so you remove the ones they've put on and you put ad breaks on, which is generally what I do, because in all honesty, even though people say there are way too many ads on your videos, there are far less than if YouTube put them on. The new algorithm apparently now decides whether an ad will interrupt the video. So if you're in the middle of, like, sometimes I just put mine at 5-minute intervals, then 10s or whatever it might be. If at 5 minutes I'm in the middle of talking, YouTube, the algorithm, might decide, well, that's interrupting the flow of the video, therefore that ad won't show. So if the ad doesn't show, I get no ad revenue. So I might put all my ads on my video, and if all my ads on that video, YouTube decides, no, they interrupt the video, we're not showing them, I don't make any money on the video. So what is now being suggested is you have to go in now and pick specific points in the video where there are pauses to put your ads, but then that could mean the ad breaks are all over the place. So there could be one at 4.5 minutes, then one at 7, then one at 11.5, and one at 12. You know, it depends where the pauses are. But even then, apparently, YouTube could still decide, no, still causing interruptions, we're removing them. And then I also found out something I didn't know. Apparently, only 1 in 6 ads play. So if I put 5 ads on a video, potentially only one of those plays. Whether that's a new thing moving forward or whether that's always been the case, but apparently one person might watch my video and they might get 2 or 3 of the ads I put on. The next person that watches will get 2 or 3, but not the same 2 or 3 ad breaks the other people got. So I don't know what to do now. And like I said before, the industry standard apparently was an ad maybe every 2.5 minutes, because if only 1 in 6 play, that's okay. But what if you're the poor unfortunate soul that gets all of them? Apparently that's not supposed to happen, but what if you did? What if you did get all of the ads? That now has been revised, and with this new thing coming in with the algorithm, some of the bigger YouTubers are now fiddling around with. Some people are putting ads on every 1.5 minutes. What? I honestly, I don't know what to do. And it's scary because potentially, if the algorithm decides that all of the ads on my video will interrupt the video, I might not earn any money. I think this comes into place in May, but I think it's being tested at the moment. I'm just making people aware. I don't want to just suddenly cram my videos full of ads in case, and then people say, this is ridiculous, there's 20 ads on your video. If only 1 in 6 of those 20 play, you might only get 2 or 3, which is fine, that's okay. If it plays 10 of them, that's a lot of ads. If it plays all of them, that's a stupid amount of. I'm really don't know what to do. I'm struggling. So yeah, I think more. Again, this is just an information sharing thing. I just want to let people know. I don't want people to suddenly go, "What is happening?" You know. And it's that thing of I don't understand why, because YouTube already has that thing that if you don't want ads on your videos, you can pay to have like that ad blocker thing. So you're paying a subscription to not have ads. So that's how you remove interruptions. You take interruptions off. Why are they not wanting people to? Because that's how YouTube makes its money, through ads. Ad companies invest and put their money with the company to have the ads put out. If their algorithm starts taking off all the ads because they're causing interruptions, then no one's going to get to see. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah. Again, as I always do, just talking about stuff that's happening. I'm going to go and do this unload. Oh, this traffic. I am also considering blocking the road off at either end with cones or traffic lights, putting them both on red. Having no traffic allowed. For a middle of nowhere place, there's a lot of traffic on this main road. Right, we are taking this to Gera, which is just here. Anyway, yeah, so I still haven't worked out what this harvest is doing. It seems to be doing every row still, not skipping one. Maybe I'll try and skip 2. I thought this had been adjusted so that in the last update 1.6 that workers weren't ignoring changes to the AI GPS system, but apparently they still are. I'm scared to see just how much of this. Well, the money's not going up, that's a good sign. How much of this contract will one lorry load complete? Not very much, I wouldn't say. And I think this will probably be where we'll end the episode. We've got one big contract done. We're working on a second big contract. What does that say? 11%. Oh, it's more than I thought it was going to be. So second belly. Move forward. Actually, we'll move on to the third belly in just a moment. Oh, hang on though. No. Oh, you absolute... Okay. That's why it's showing so much. I've done what I've said before, haven't I? Look, harvesting farmland 2, harvesting farmland 6. Both of them are going to the Gera elevator. Everything I've just delivered has come off of farmland 6, but it's completing the contract on farmland 2. So the progress on farmland 2 has gone up, and I haven't actually delivered any yet. The problem is, I could say, well, you know what I'll do? Rather than bring it all here to sell first, let's do the contracts on both. I'll put it all in my silo, then I'll bring it all here to deliver. But if that's hundreds of thousands of litres, I'm going to be double handling it. Taking it off the field, putting it into the silo, then from the silo to... I don't want to deliver more than needs to be delivered. Oh, I don't know. We'll sort it out. I didn't follow my own rule. It's supposed to know, it's supposed to work it out, but it doesn't and hasn't. Anyway, here we are. Come on. We're on Prairie Farm, Michigan. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've found it useful and informative. I just hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, thanks for watching.